Hey, if you're like me and you consistently struggle with putting out consistent social media content because you're busy, I want to share with you today how you can automate out and basically build out a workflow from point A to point Z where you can take your social media content that you want to create, that you want to sound like you, and basically assign that task to someone else, such as an assistant, a virtual assistant, someone else. And here's the important part. Not only am I going to show you how to do it, but I'm also going to show you how to do it so that it actually sounds like you, because I think that's the biggest fear. That's my biggest fear is I don't want to have someone else have the responsibility to try and sound and talk like me. Now, fortunately, we live in the day and age now where AI can be trained to talk and sound just like you. And I'm going to show you right now in this video exactly how to do that, starting with how do we build out a LLM project that is going to sound like you, and how do we train it? That's one. Two, how do we then take the content and apply it to all of our social media platforms? And then three, lastly, I'm going to show you how to actually post this content very, very quickly across multiple platforms using a program, a social media schedule that I like called oneupapp.io. So let's jump into it. Here we go. I'm Jared Larkin with Chicago Title. I'm a sales rep. I share a ton of real estate tools, resources, marketing ideas. And this is important. This is something I've struggled with for a long time because I didn't want to give up that control. And I didn't believe that there was a way for someone else to take on this task and sound like me. But I have gone down the rabbit hole of figuring this out, and I'm going to show you how to do it right now. So first step is to open up your large language model. I am personally using ChatGPT to do this. On the left-hand side, what you can do is you can create a ChatGPT project or even a GPT itself. Personally, what I did was I created a ChatGPT project. And what this is essentially a folder of a task that you want to repeat over and over again. And then you can also keep it organized with subfolders. You can see here I've got a few. This one that I created is my Write Like Me social media posts folder. You can create this too. You can go up here and click new project and create that project name. Once you do that, you will now have the ability to give it instructions and upload files. What we do is we applied two prompts. The first one, which I will give you access to, is this prompt that says Write Like Me. Basically what it says is, starting off, it's going to train the AI to sound like you based off of your sentence length and structure, your tone, your pacing, your rhythm, your transitions, all this stuff, right? And not only then, once you're done with training it, you can, of course, create social media posts, you can create video scripts, you can create blog posts, really do anything that you want. It's so darn cool. Now, what you do need to do, though, is you need to have existing video content to train this very, very well, based off of how you speak, how you talk, and of course your workflow through how you get through things. So what you need to do is you need to copy and paste this prompt into ChatGPT, into the instructions section up here. And then what we want to do is we want to add project files. So what are these? These are transcripts from past videos that I have basically extracted the audio of me speaking, and I've converted it into a file of words that are called TXT documents, and I've uploaded them into ChatGPT. All right. There's a number of different ways to do this. The way that I like to personally do this is I like to do this through CapCut. Here within CapCut, what you can do, this is a premium feature, so you do have to pay for CapCut to do this. But if you bring in a video, you can essentially drag and drop that video in here. You can then go up here to under this section, you can click on text, and you can choose the option under text that says auto captions, and you can click generate. It will then generate all of the words of you speaking or that other person speaking. And then you have the ability to export that text. You do that by going up to File, Export, and then you export not the video itself, but actually you export the captions themselves right down here, okay? So you just click Export. It will then create what's called a TXT file with all of those captions. You can then take that TXT file and you can upload it into ChatGPT. If I were you, I would not hold back. I would take very, very lengthy videos of yourself. I would take a lot of videos of yourself, right? I would fill this with, I don't know, at least 30 minutes to an hour of video content of you speaking and fill this in, okay? Um, if you don't have TXT files, maybe the other idea is you can provide a URL link through a Google Drive or Dropbox where it can read that file. But I think the best move here is just getting those extracted TXT transcript files to make it very easy, okay? Because now it can sound like you, all right? Once you apply the instructions and the project files uploaded, you now have this chat that understands what you want to do, all right? What I've done, and I will share this prompt with you, is I've built out what I call my master prompt, which is my social media content builder, which goes through a variety of different tasks based off of how I speak and talk, okay? So what I do here is whenever I want to create a new social media post, I just load this screen and then I ask it what I want to do. Or if I'm uploading a new video, for example, this one right here of me speaking, I will actually just extract the words as a file, and then I will copy and paste them into this ChatGPT project right here. So let me just show you an example of what this will do if I press enter and copy and paste in this transcript of me speaking with my friend Ben Gaz. Let's see. It's building out my social media content kit, because when I post social media content, I'm not just posting to one or two platforms. I'm trying to get it out to as many platforms as possible, and I want it to be built out for all platforms. So you can see here it's rolling through different content and different titles and pieces of information for each platform, starting off with my main caption for Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts, following up with a Pinterest title, a custom Pinterest caption because they limit you on 500 characters, a YouTube title, a YouTube description, YouTube tags that I'll be using here, long form keyword tags that I'll be plugging in. And then of course a thumbnail image, where it will then create me a thumbnail image. If I ask it to, it will build this out as an image that I would say does a pretty darn good job, and it gets me, I don't know, 90% there or possibly 100% there. I feel like ChatGPT has gone leaps and bounds with making this really, really, really good. So I've been impressed lately, okay? So then what do I do with all of this information? Once I have all this and I copy and paste my transcript of my video into ChatGPT within this Write Like Me prompt, I will now use another program that I love, and it's called oneupapp.io. And this is it right here. What I love about this app is that it's very inexpensive to use to apply a lot of platforms. Last time I checked from a pricing standpoint, I think it's like maybe $15 a month, $25 a month to use this and add up to 10 social media accounts, with including one of my favorites, Google My Business account, Google Business Profile, which a lot of social media schedulers do not have. So this is fantastic. What do I do? Once I go to oneupapp.io, I actually then click on the blue button up here that says create a post. So I will now click on create a post. Then a page will load with all of the questions and pieces of information that I have to fill in to OneUp so that I can then schedule out this post. Whenever I post video content, I like to upload it to LinkedIn, Facebook business page, Facebook personal profile, YouTube, TikTok, Pinterest. I then have to choose the pin. I always choose in my Pinterest category. I scroll to the bottom, then I scroll up and I put it under real estate marketing ideas, Pinterest, LinkedIn, and Instagram. The only one that I do not have checked here is Google Business Profile. The reason why is because you cannot upload videos over 75 megabytes to Google Business Profile. This feature does not work for video, so I do not check it. The rest are selected. Next, what I like to do is I first like to start off and upload the video itself, okay? Because sometimes it might take a few minutes to do it. So right here underneath description, I can choose the option to add video. I will then select that file, and then I will find the video. So I have it here on my computer. Let me find it here. Here it is. And now it's going to begin uploading into OneUp app. While it's doing that, I can start to fill in information. Guess what? ChatGPT has done a lot of the work for me. I'll click back over to ChatGPT. Here's the thumbnail. Okay, that's not me, but that's a good try. I like it. I wanted to replace it with my image. I wonder if it could do that. Let's try. Okay, let's do this. Hey, great job at creating this thumbnail, but what if you replace that image of that person and put this image of me instead? Do your best to not change any of the photo and make this look like me. Let's just give this a shot. I know ChatGPT is still starting to improve. I've got a headshot here on my computer that I can upload. Let me go into my pictures. Let me grab a headshot here. And that one will work. Let's see what happens if I upload this headshot and have it try to recreate the image. All right, go. While it's doing that, let's scroll up to the top. Here it is, my social media post. All right, let's see. What does it say? Let's be honest, when it comes to getting your listing sold, having the right support behind you makes all the difference. Here are 3 ways that Chicago Title can help. O&E report. Before you list, make sure you know who really owns the property. If there are any liens or judgments attached, property booked, we create a perfect. Yes, this sounds good. I like this. This sounds like me. And there are my 18 hashtags that I asked it to do. Again, I'll give you this prompt that I've created. You can make it into your own. I'm going to highlight this and copy it, and I'm going to post it into the description. What this does is it posts this caption into the description across all of the platforms. So you can see here, it's automatically created. You can see down here in red though, we have an error. It says Pinterest posts cannot exceed 500 characters. You cannot have more than 500 characters. Before I do that, I want to fix this caption and keep the layout a bit more easy to read before I change anything. So for example, one thing I like to do is I like to space out some of the sections. 1, 2, and 3 should be spaced out. So I press the Enter key and space those out. I also feel as though this sentence down here should be spaced out, as well as a space before the captions begin. That looks much better and much more easy to read versus a bunch of information very, very close together. The next thing that I like to do, this is picky of me, but I think it's important, is I like to remove what are called M dashes. You see this dash right here? This is an M dash. This is a clear giveaway that someone is using ChatGPT to write their caption. I don't want people to know that I'm using ChatGPT to write my caption. So I'm going to delete this, press space, and then just do the regular dash on my computer. See how much shorter that is? That is a much shorter dash. If I show you down here and compare it, that is a major, major difference. So now I'm going to go and read this, and I'm going to see any of the M dashes. Here's another one. And I'm just going to change it to the normal dash. That way, it's harder for people to know that I have changed this, and I pulled it from ChatGPT. Other than that, this looks really good. Okay, next step. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click up here, customize posts for each network. First thing I want to do is change this, make it look good before I press this button. Now, I can change this caption for each social media platform. Facebook is good. Instagram is good. LinkedIn is good. Pinterest is a problem. Pinterest, I can only have up to 500 characters of words. So I have to go back over here and scroll down. You can see here, it's created my Pinterest caption for me. I will copy this and I will delete all of the caption in Pinterest and I will paste in this new caption. Sometimes it still goes over by 500. That's okay. What I will do is I will remove a few hashtags, such as these, so that I am below 500. Again, I'd like to, ideally, put some spaces in here so it's easier to read. And now you can see here I'm at 497 characters, so this will post. Next up is TikTok. TikTok is good. I don't need to change TikTok. It's done. Lastly is YouTube. Okay. Again, I like the layout for YouTube to be different. Down here, you will see my YouTube description. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to paste it in here for YouTube. Okay. Space it out. Space it out. Space it out. All right. Again, I'm going to remove the M dashes. Take this out. Put in a regular dash. Are there any other ones? Nope, that's it. So then now I am good. Perfect. So now we've completed the description for all the social media platforms. The next step now is to fill up the information up here. Let's go back. Here is Pinterest title. Copy and paste Pinterest title. Destination link, I leave this as a default destination. I set this up when I first started using this platform. You do not have to change the destination link. It will stay here as the default call to action for Pinterest. Next step is the YouTube title. I'm going to highlight the YouTube title. I'm going to paste it in here for YouTube title. Scrolling down. We are now done with description. Next step. Here's the video you can see.
Hey guys.
It uploaded and there it is. Scrolling down past this. Any sort of vertical video that is short, I always want to post it as a reel. I think subjectively that the algorithm is better and the engagement is better when you post your content as a reel. So I'm going to choose that. My next step is to upload a thumbnail. We are going to do this right now. Let's scroll down. There are my YouTube tags. There's my thumbnail image. Let's see how it went. Hey, that's not bad, but that's not me. It's a good try. 3 ways we help you win listings. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to take this one. I like this image. This is good. The problem though, that I forgot, this is a bit more of an advanced task, is that this video that I'm about to upload and post, if you watch it over here, if I mute this, it is not just me. It is me and my friend Ben. I want Ben to also be on the thumbnail. So what I will do is I will go back over here and I'm going to find a photo of me and Ben that can be used so that we are both on the thumbnail for the video. Here's one right here. Let's do this one. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to download this image. Okay, download. Sure. And then I'm going to open up canva.com. How I create my thumbnails. Again, we're doing everything perfectly here. I create my thumbnails through using a specific formatted layout that I like. That is a template in Canva. You can find it right here. It's titled 2025 Instagram Reel Thumbnails. I will click on it. This is an ongoing list of thumbnails that I've created in 2025 that I have for this project. I'm going to scroll to the bottom until I find the last thumbnail that I created. So I'm going to let this load. While it's loading, I'm going to go back over here. So again, it's right here in this Instagram Reel thumbnails format. Scrolling down, almost there. Okay, I always like to, before I start a new project, I like to duplicate the page so that I have this as a blank template for the next time I want to use it. I'll click that. Now I have 2. I will then scroll up and I will now work within this black space to create my thumbnail. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to uploads and I'm going to click on uploads and I'm going to click on upload files. I will then go to my desktop where I have that image saved and I'm going to upload it into Canva. Once it's finished uploading, I'm going to drag it carefully in the uploads folder. I'm going to carefully pull it over into this square. Important point here. You don't want to autofill it in like this. So don't do that. I'm going to click edit undo. The undo button is right here. I'm going to drag this over, but not have it filled in. I want to actually control the space that it will take up. So I will start up here in the corner so that it is completely covering the black space. And then I will drag it so that it is all the way to the bottom. Next step, I'm going to now crop this image so that it fits within the square. So again, you can see here, this is the space we're working with. I'm going to drag it to right about there. All right. Now we have this image that fits in this box, and I think we can work with it. Now what we need to do, I like that it says 3 ways we help you win listings, but I don't like that image because that image is not me. So what I can do is I can click on this image and select it. Then up here, I can click on this option which says edit. When I click on edit, there are a variety of different things that I can do over here in what's called the Magic Studio. The Magic Studio is a way for AI to improve your image. Within the Magic Studio, the one that I want to change is going to be this one right here. It's called Magic Grab. I'm going to click on it. When I click on Magic Grab, it will allow me to click on certain objects or images or things within the image. Here it is. I want to click on this and grab it. It is now going to use AI to take this image that is flattened and extract that image out of it. I am now going to delete it with the delete key, and it's gone. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my headshot, or excuse me, the headshot of me and Ben, and upload it. You can see over here that I've uploaded a ton of images that we can work with. Here's a headshot. If it was just me, I could essentially bring this headshot over as, carefully, as an image that I could use, right? Or I could upload one. I'm going to upload the one with me and Ben in it. Here it is. Another way we can do this is we can just drag that image in. All right, so now it's dragging in and it's uploading. Once this is done, it should be here at the top in the uploads. And there it is. So, next step. When we are working with headshots, we want to remove the background. I'm going to click this button. It says BG Remover, which stands for Background Remover. I'm going to click it. It is now going to scan the image and remove the background. Look at that. So here it is. Okay. I'm now going to reduce the size down, and I'm going to kind of put it right here and make it look good. Kind of like that. Right there. Okay. I think one more thing I might do is I'm going to add the Chicago title logo. I have the Chicago title logo already uploaded, and I know that it's under the file name CT. So I just searched for CT and it pulled in that logo that I want. For this image, I'd like to add the logo. Normally I don't do this, but this is a video about how Ben and I, as Chicago Title, help you with your listings. I think this is important to add the logo. So that looks pretty darn good right there. 3 ways we help you win listings, Chicago Title. Once you're done with the image thumbnail, I am now going to download page 55. This is the one that I'm working on. I'm going to click share up here. I will then click on download. I will then choose the option for file type, and I will choose JPEG, JPG. Next up, the size and quality are great where they are at, but I will hit this drop down for select pages. I will choose current page, which is page 55. Done, download. I will now download this as a JPEG image to my computer. 3 ways, save. This is what it looks like. There it is. It's a vertical thumbnail with the square piece of the image in the middle. The reason why I do this is because specifically on Instagram, the format and the sizing is very particular, and I want this to look good on my Instagram grid so that the layout looks clean when people look at my Instagram profile. I'm staying within the appropriate dimensions so that I can apply this image and make it look clean. Done. Let's go back over here. Here is where we left off. Facebook thumbnail, upload image. I will now upload this image right here. I will now click upload. Okay. Next step, scroll down. If you had a collaborator, you could type in the name of the collaborator. I could type in Ben Gauze. If Ben Gauze had a Facebook, oh, there he is. I can collaborate with him. I can have one collaborator on Facebook. So now that will tag Ben Gauze Chicago Title Insurance on Facebook. Scrolling down, the next option is add first comment on Facebook page post. What this does is it automatically has me comment on the page. I always turn this on, check the box. It will already have a default comment within there that has a request offering for anyone who reads this to subscribe to my website. Next option says Facebook story. We are not going to click on this. Scroll down. Now we are on the Instagram section. This will be an Instagram post. It already picked up that it will be an Instagram reel. Here it is. Add link. I'm not going to add a link. I don't touch this one. Add a collaborator. If I wanted to collaborate with Ben, I can add him in here. So what do? I can go into Instagram and I can find Ben Gauze, and I need his Instagram name, his Instagram handle, which is right here. Okay, and I'm copying it. I will now paste in Ben's Instagram handle name, which is right here. All right, one more that I would like to include is Chicago Title, because this is a post talking about how Chicago Title can help people. So I will add them as collaborators. This is a scenario only for this example. I'm only adding Ben, of course, because he's in it. I'm only adding Chicago Title because this relates to Chicago Title. Next step is add location on Instagram. One Instagram location we could do is Chicago Title and see what pops up. I'll type in Chicago Title of Colorado and see what we have. Okay, there's one right there. We could go with that one. That will work. Okay, another one that I like to do is I also like to do Jared Larkin, Chicago Title. I have my own location. I could do this one too. All right, since Ben is in it, I will do Chicago Title of Colorado. If it saves, there it is. Click enter. Okay. Again, I'm going to click on add first comment to the Instagram post. I will not click on Instagram story because it does not work. All right, next section is LinkedIn. This is my LinkedIn thumbnail. All I have to do for LinkedIn is check this box, add first comment on LinkedIn post. And again, it will have there my call to action for anyone who wants to sign up. Moving forward, here's Pinterest. I have my Pinterest thumbnail. This is done. TikTok. I don't even mess with this TikTok thumbnail. I just let it pick automatically. I don't touch this. Next up is YouTube. Okay, it will be a public video. It's going to be a YouTube short. It's not made for kids. There's the thumbnail. And I can add this to a video playlist. I will check this box. This type of video is an educational, helpful video. I think that a good choice on where this could go is right here. Real estate marketing tips. Okay, boom. Next, leave that box checked. Publish to subscriptions feed and notify subscribers. Perfect. Now I can add in my YouTube tags. I can have up to 500 characters of YouTube tags. If I go back to ChatGPT and scroll up, ChatGPT created YouTube tags for me. These are good. How Chicago Title helps listing agents. What I'm doing now is I'm going to each one. I'm going to highlight it and copy it, paste it, press the enter key. You have to do this one by one. Highlight, copy, paste, enter. Highlight, copy, paste, enter. Highlight, copy, paste, enter. Okay. And I will continue to do this. I don't like that one. I'll skip it. Okay. Keep going. I don't really like that one, but whatever. We'll keep it. Okay, you can see here I'm at 325 characters out of 500. If you have this situation where there's more space, I always want to do as best as possible to maximize my tags as close as possible to 500 characters. So at the bottom down here, I will say, give me 10 more relevant YouTube tags. Let's see what it does. Listing tools for real estate agents. Let's use that one. Let's see the next one. How title companies support listings. Let's use that one. Real estate agent marketing strategies. Let's use that one. Let's see. Best tools for selling a home. Let's use that one. Okay. I like this one. Of course, this is my brand. I know what I like. Oof, I'm close. I am one character over. What I can do here is I can try to do a shorter, a shorter keyword. Let's do that. O&E Report House. Okay. Tags are as best we can do. Next, check this box, add first comment on YouTube post. Scroll down. We are done. If you ever want to preview the video and the post, you can see it on different platforms. Here is the Facebook page. Here's the Facebook profile. Here is Instagram, LinkedIn, Mile High Title Guy, Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok, and YouTube. All right, so that's how these will look on different placements. Again, just go through, make sure everything is filled in. This looks great. Now we will schedule out the post. Down here, you can choose post now, but you will choose to schedule. So let's choose date and time, and let's choose what is now. I'm going to push this to schedule today in about 10, maybe 5-10 minutes. It's 2:37, July 16th. I will post it at July 16th at 2:18 p.m. Schedule post to 8 accounts on July 16th at, that is in the past, 2:45 p.m. There we go. Schedule. If you have this error message come up, it means that you've hit the maximum scheduled post limit for your plan. And it will tell you, please upgrade. What this means, if you run into this issue like I do, it means that I need to delete some scheduled posts that I have built out to schedule on autopilot. Over here within OneUp, there's a section called your queue. This is your queue where you can see the upcoming scheduled posts and see what is scheduled to post. What I like to do is scroll all the way down to the bottom, and I like to delete some of the posts that are the furthest out. So I will delete this post. I have to have, since I'm scheduling to, I believe, 8 different accounts, I currently have 143 scheduled posts. I need to be at 142. I am going to delete this post. Now I'm at 142. I believe I should be okay now. Let's try again. Schedule, choose date and time, July 16th, 2:45 p.m. Schedule. This will take some time. It is going to take some time to load. Be patient. It is currently processing all of the information, taking the video, and posting it out to all the different platforms. Once you get this check mark that says post submitted, you can then click on go to queue to see posts or schedule another post. But once you go to the queue, you should see this post set up for the different social media platforms that are scheduled out. Here they are. Okay. This is done. So, in summary, you need to create a ChatGPT project. You then will leverage that project that sounds like you to create your output. I will give you the prompt that I use to create this entire output. Over here, is oneupapp.io that you can sign up for. Lastly is Canva that I use to create my thumbnail images, as you can see here scrolling up. Okay. So that is the workflow and steps that I do. I will also share with you this prompt that says write like me so that you can create your own. And then you go through the process and schedule out all of your stuff. I'm Jared Larkin with Chicago Title. If you have any questions on this, reach out to me, subscribe, follow along. I send out weekly emails sharing different tools, resources, and marketing ideas and strategies. If you're in the Denver metro area, I host a ton of classes and events. Come on out. You're welcome anytime. And you can follow along on my Instagram at Mile High Title Guy for more tips and tools and resources to help you grow your real estate business. And that is it. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you start posting content, whether it's you or you have someone else do it for you. This is the workflow to get you from start to finish. See ya.